It's like online quotes in the Geico mobile app. And to prove it, we'll play one of our first radio commercials from 75 years ago.
By Jiminy, Geico could save you money on your car insurance, which is what we'll be doing over 75 years from now. Who knows? Maybe with some sort of application that's accessible on a futuristic handheld device. We'll call them online quotes.
See? Forward thinking.
Geico, saving people money for over 75 years.
I just got one thing to say to you today, young lady, Mary Anthony. I'm Rick Federici. Excellent.
It is a great day, that's for sure. So
I was listening in cue to the producers tell us that it's a beautiful day to be alive, and I looked at Mary Anthony. I'm like, we always think it's a beautiful day,
yeah,
whether it's snowing, raining.
It's absolutely gorgeous out today, though. Today's again one of those days. You kind of slow your pace through the parking lot just to soak it in as much as you can.
Did you do one of those slow-mos again?
I did. I just, eyes closed, take my time. It's beautiful out. So I did pass all the motorcycles. I did pass the whole brigade coming through, whatever, but it was nice.
And what Mary Anthony's referring to is in our backyard here in Northwest Indiana, there's a group called the Wall Gang. And they salute our local veterans.
Right.
And they started out their trek, and we've been following them on our Girard Media radio properties, WIMS and WHFP. They started out on the West Coast, so we, as you know, we have, and our group has followed them along the way. So they made it into Northwest Indiana yesterday, into Lake County, Indiana, Portage, which is right outside of Chicago, this whole thing I'm talking about. And then, of course, into Michigan City. And today...
Yeah, it was funny. I was listening to you on my way in. And I heard you say that they were, going to be police escorted down 421. And I kept thinking, I wonder if I'll pass them. And yep, I did. I saw the police lights coming, and I knew that it had to be them. So
no, don't you
I pulled over, and I love it. I mean, it's emotional to a degree. You just think it's important, and it's important to take a minute. It's easy to get frustrated. With any time there's a police escort where you have to stop and pull over, you know what I mean? And I know that can be frustrating for people in a hurry, but think about the reason that they're doing this. And it is important. And it's important to acknowledge all of our veterans and our, people that are enlisted right now and people that are considering enlisting. I mean, it really, really is amazing. And so it's take a minute, and especially right now coming up on Memorial Day weekend.
Absolutely agree.
And realize why it's important. And it's nice. A lot of them have flags on their bikes and stuff, and it's just
they ride it with pride, and they
do. It's
along
nice.
the way. And Mary and I are talking about all these different things here with Younger Life. Along the way, they stop at different hospitals and different units, different homes, different cemeteries, schools, businesses. They raise flags, they lay down wreaths, they bond with people, and I get emotional about it too, because a number of us, including yourself and myself, with our families, have had folks that we love and friends that have lost their lives, the ultimate sacrifice to protecting us, keeping us, free in our beautiful US of A. And it was very interesting today because with the Vietnam vets, and you and I chatted about this offline, but I'm very vocal about supporting all the local veterans groups, and whether it's on our radio properties doing Front Lines of Freedom or Veterans Chronicles, or saluting the courts that help out these men and these women, these families, the families. It's all about them as well. My Uncle Bob, as I'm talking to these veterans on the air, passed today, Vietnam
I'm sorry,
veteran. And I
today.
found out as I'm talking to them, I get texted.
That's tough.
And I'm like, is that karma?
Yeah.
Is that totally like, wow?
That's amazing.
And he was just
Well,
a
I'm
great
sorry.
guy.
That's
And I
sad.
appreciate you saying that.
That's sad.
It's tough. It's tough for a lot of people. You're out there and you think about all these cool people in your life and you're like, you know what? And the guys from the Wall Gang, they joke about it, but they mean it. These guys are all from Nam, and then they bring in all the other the young dudes from the current,
That's it.
like Desert Storm, Afghanistan, Iran, all that stuff. But then you talk about the folks before that, whether it was the Battle of the Bulge, one of the World Wars, or whatever. There's a lot of them that are now often going in. They're
Right.
diminishing. But they're getting old, quote unquote, and this tradition needs to be carried on. And I say that because if you need help, and a part of Younger Life is reaching out to our community and
It
making a
is.
difference with Mary and myself, and we're here for you. That's all I wanted to say.
It is. It's really, it is touching. I was listening to them on the radio with you yesterday talking about doing the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, laying the wreath.
Yes.
You want to talk about emotional. Our school got to actually participate in that.
Wow.
A couple years ago, we took, my husband and I we chaperoned a class trip that was going to D.C. And it was an awesome trip. There's a lot packed into those few days, so it's exhausting. But to realize the history of where you are, and exactly taking in the minute of where you're at, and our school was able for the first time to participate in the laying of the wreath ceremony, and it's crazy to
Yes.
to realize, and it is emotional, and it does touch you, it does, and it's just neat, and we were very honored that that our school was able to participate, and I think it's a class trip that everyone should get to go on because it's just
Explain a
neat.
little bit, if you don't mind, just for a moment, kind of throw it out there about the trip. Can you describe? Because there's a lot of people that
Yeah.
have heard about it.
Yeah, and
You
I
know
know,
what I mean? And
I
just
know.
describe
When I
it.
was in school, they did not do that, and so I hope that that's a tradition that they keep for a long time because it really is. It's a beautiful thing, and it was. My husband and I were fortunate enough that we were able to go with, and it's not often we get time with just one of the kids, so that was really neat and special, and we're hoping to be able to do the same for the others as they get to the same grades. So we went to a whole bunch of places. I mean, we went to Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, we went to the Holocaust Museum, which was really tough. It's sad and
Yes.
scary anyways, but honestly, although it was I'm so glad we went there. It was also so heavy. I had a migraine by the time we left. And I think it's just because the sadness, it's staggering to really acknowledge it. And it's set up beautifully. They do a wonderful job of, displaying this part in history that cannot be ignored. And, it's just, they do a great job of honoring the people too that died, and it was just neat.
It's interesting because the Wall Gang, and you, as you were listening yesterday, one of the things that the guys brought up is that some of the soldiers and some of the men, some of the people that have participated in war can't even make it to some of these events because it grabs them. It's so
Absolutely.
real.
All of the
You know
war
what I'm saying?
memorials, the Vietnam War
Yes.
memorial, all of these memorials that they have set up. It's just, you're there and you find yourself just taking it in quietly because it's shocking to realize, and you see the names up on the wall, the people that died, and you're walking, and it's just, it's nice to see even the kids at that age, and these are kids 8th grade age that we went with, and that they realize it too. You don't see them horsing around. I mean, other parts of the trip, of course, but when you're in these really heavy minutes, they realize that. And it's
You can
something
feel it.
You feel
You
it.
can
You
cut
do.
through
You
it.
definitely feel it. I mean, I joke all the time that I feel the heaviness if someone's sad anyway. So to
Yes.
be in this situation where you just feel this respect and the quiet and the, it is profound and it's nice.
One of the things, and Jackie, of course, is our executive producer today. One of the things I want to throw up there is this particular flag, and I know you'll appreciate this. Dr. Dwayne Vachon, a local author, but a world-renowned author, was the gentleman who ran and officiated in Hawaii's Pearl Harbor by Punch Bowl.
Wow.
Where this was an actual, he came here on the air. He listens. He might even be listening right now from Hawaii on the live stream.
That's amazing.
He sent this and he presented this to us here at WIMS during a ceremony that they did at Punch Bowl.
Wow.
And exactly. When I say we here at Younger Life and we here at Gerard Media are all about our veterans, this is a prized possession. I ran in the other room, when you were chatting about it. But I just wanted to throw that out there. And again, it is something. And when you go to these museums and when you're with your children,
that's it.
As Mary had said, and I'm so glad you and Jeremy did that, for a class trip, because it is heavy, but it is something that we need to keep in our children's memories and history, because history sometimes is pushed aside.
It is.
It really is.
I even know when I was in school, I didn't love history either, but there is something about standing in Arlington National Cemetery and really seeing it with your own eyes. Yes, I've seen pictures, I've seen footage, I know of it, but to be there and walk through that, and to be at Mount Vernon and learn about George Washington, it's things you've learned, you hear, you learn through school, but it's not just hearing those facts. It's seeing this with your own eyes and realizing this is amazing. And not only is it amazing to be standing in these spots, but to actually to know how much work goes into preserving this and why this is so important. We went to, I love President Abraham Lincoln. I think he was a man so ahead of his own time in his thinking and the equality for him for everyone, and it was just that no matter what he was willing to push forward. It's amazing to me, and I think he was an amazing man. So I love to read about him and stuff, but we literally were at Ford's Theater to see where he was shot. It's just
that
amazing.
Had to freak you out. Did the emotion, did the feeling of like that it slapped you like reality, where you kind of
really
overtaken by emotion?
Well, there's a little museum part of that too, where they actually show you, like, there's a blood-stained pillowcase from when he was carried out and taken across the street to the house where he actually died there. And so, it is preserved. I mean, it's low lighting because they don't want it to fade.
Exactly.
It's just amazing. I mean, we saw the Constitution. I mean, again, very low lighting. These things are amazing and such a part of our history that we all know about them. And I said, I never realized how much I actually enjoy history until we were until we were there. So, especially now with Memorial Day, it's just another reminder that, take a minute but as far as the trip goes, again, we're going to attempt, at least try and hope that we can go with each one of the kids as long as the school is still doing that.
I think that's phenomenal.
So, it's not often you get time with just one kid anyways.
I agree.
Especially at that age, it's important to go, and what's nice is they're not little. They can go with their friends, but you're just there to observe and be part of it. And it was a wonderful time. And again, I think it just reinforces for me the importance of Memorial Day and holidays like that. So
God bless America. God bless our veterans.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
And thank you for joining us here on YoungerLifeYouTube.com if you want to view it. And we've got some great ideas, some great shows coming up in upcoming weeks.
Today we're talking, speaking of walking, I'll tell you what, on that trip, we walked so much. I mean, you're all over.
Your Fitbit then.
I know. I mean, it's been a few years, but that's for sure. Boy, I mean, I can't get over how much we walked, and they packed so much in, but again, you want to, you can't get enough. You know what I mean? It's just so cool. But, it's just, you walk your butt off. So while we're talking about walking our butt off, what we're really trying to focus on today is something we brought up yesterday. We're trying to plan a trip a walk through one of our local parks. And, it's just a matter of getting everybody on the
same
right schedule
right.
Where we can all be there and have the weather cooperate and have a camera guy there. It's just
blame the weather.
It's tougher to all fall into place, but yesterday when Karen was here, we kind of touched base on it a little. She had made a comment that she had been at a meeting that she was going to present some information to the hospital board, LaPorte Hospital, and that she was so impressed. She heard Thor, the CEO, discussing how he really wants the doctors to get in the habit also of, literally prescribing physical activity, walk, get out and move. And, and I said, that's great because we are talking about a program that the hospital right now has going on, and it's called Get Fit Prescription Trails. I don't know. Can you see this?
That is absolutely great. Let's talk about this because I know that we have mentioned this several times.
This program, when they first kind of mentioned it to us, I was focusing more on, how awesome the walk through the park will be because I love to go to the parks. We go to the parks a lot. We have a lot of parks in our area too. Some of them, which I was surprised to even think, I forgot about that one because there is a little list in here. Now, this whole little brochure is actually on YoungerLife.org.
Okay.
If you go to YoungerLife.org, there's a little tab, because you're not going to see it as soon as it comes up. There's a little tab that says Get Moving. If you click on that, I actually pulled it up so I can look at the thing on the screen as well.
Good.
If you go to Get Moving, you're going to see the information on this. And it's really very simple. What it is, and they also apparently are doing drawings for prizes. And that was something I have not seen yet. But
is that up online too on Younger Life?
It says on your little activity log, which is they do have online, you can print off that you turn these in when you've recorded doing exercise, you've gotten moving, and you turn these in at your doctor's office or at the hospital. You can drop them off, and then they do drawings for prizes. It doesn't say how often they do the prize drawings, but
you know what? Maybe can I just throw this out there, just not to interrupt you, but just to throw this out there. And I'm really good at interrupting you, by the way.
No, please. Hey.
Why don't we have someone that wins come in as our guest on Younger Life?
Well, right now,
that'd be killer.
Yeah, it would be. And who we're going to be actually taking the walk with is her name is Kim Minnick. She is a nurse practitioner at a local pediatrician office.
Beautiful.
And she, like myself, has 5 kids.
Wow.
I know. And so they actually participated in the program last year. So she's very knowledgeable about it. I had a great time. I've actually spoke to her already, but we didn't do the park thing.
Sure.
Yet. We want to take the kids there.
Of course.
And it's such a cool idea. I was reading statistics, and they're kind of boring about how many parks are across our country, really. And there are so many. But we still, communities still need to realize how important it is to put the money into these parks. Because it's not all just about the playgrounds. That's important too. But we need, as adults and seniors, citizens, need to take more advantage of these parks. They're free. And so many of them do have walking trails and nice, pretty landscape walking trails where it's safer than walking down the road or just taking a walk out in the woods. That's fun too, but that's also scary, especially if you're someone that easily could get confused as far as finding your way back. And you wouldn't want to send your kids out like that either. But so many of our local parks have great trails, great paved. Some are paved, some are not. But, I know we love to go to the parks and walk the trails. We always have a deal with the kids because the younger kids, of course, want to just play at the playground. So we'll say, okay, well, we're going to walk first. And then we'll go to the park. And that's how my sister and I kind of pull that off with the youngest kids.
Because they get a little exercise and they get even more, then they get tired.
Well, and it's cute. Even last night, my sister and I were trying to walk and had the littlest kids with us. And I made a joke that I said, took off in front of me a little. And I said, if I catch you, I'm pinching your booty. I'm do this. I'm pinching your booty. I'm going to be the booty monster. They thought that was so funny. And you know what? So they ran. So I had to chase them. So it made me, go for it. And it was so funny. And we, again, just an example of having fun and getting some physical activity in. And it is so important. There are some great studies being done on the importance of, our health costs are always rising, of course. You hear about our healthcare system. It's so expensive and all of these things. But prevention, which is in part exercise, is so important and free and easy to do. It's just getting started, and So our parks are important.
Can I ask a question?
Please.
How far did you walk? So last night was you and your sister?
Yep, we didn't actually gauge it out. We just walked
Kinda
for
just
fun
kept doing
and
it?
just kept going and having a good time. But I'll tell you what, we weren't walking but a few minutes, and my Fitbit started saying, "You reached your goal," and I said, "Sweet, let's keep going."
Yeah,
so,
woo!
it was nice and it was beautiful. And this program, I actually thought this would be really fun for when Jackie, Jenny, and Dwayne are here.
Okay.
Because this is a 14-day log, so that's 2 weeks, and they come bi-weekly. And I thought, what a cool idea. It's very simple. The whole program, again, this little pamphlet, you can read it online.
Okay.
It talks just about the different parks that are in our area, and it's a 14-day log. You just log, what you did.
Does it ask
and
what
how
park
long.
you're going to, or is it
does
just more
say
about walking?
you can write park or home or
Oh, that's
somewhere
good.
else.
Oh, I like
so it
that.
doesn't matter. It's really flexible. It's just the point of.
Can you walk on a treadmill?
I'm assuming you probably could. I find zero enjoyment in that.
I
You would
agree.
not find that.
I do it in weird weather and off times like winter.
I've joked and we've talked about this before. I could do that in here. I would
Yeah.
be fine doing that while we're chatting. I
I
might
think it
be
would be
huffing
good
and
for just
puffing.
walking.
Yeah. So I would enjoy that. But as far as just typically getting on a
Mm-hmm.
treadmill, I would not enjoy it. But I love this little idea. This isn't a big thing. This isn't some big, competition. Although, I like a little bit of competition. This isn't that. It's just a way to kind of get yourself moving. And, they say that after 3 weeks of doing anything, 21 days, it becomes a habit. So if you can do this 2 cycles in a row, which would obviously then be 4 weeks, but, you're kind of already in a habit and you actually begin to look forward to that kind of thing. And, it's a really cool idea.
All right, I have our first I'm in. Jackie says, and Jackie, by the way, for those that don't know, Jackie is a part of our Jackie, Jenny, Dwayne group. As Mary had mentioned, that comes bi-weekly, correct?
Yes. Yep.
And they come on a Monday. And this past weekend, I'm so excited about my pickles.
Oh, I know. I have to tell you, at the hospital event, Dirt to Delicious, that I attended last weekend, they had a do-it-yourself pickling thing. And so I said, I don't really want to learn because Jackie's going to teach us, And so I did, though. I said, okay, I was interested to see. They did it a little bit different than hers. I don't like sweet pickles at all. And they actually had sugar in theirs. And I said, ooh, I don't really want sweet pickles. And they said, no, it's not. So it was a little bit different than the one we did here with Jackie. But those pickles were ready. So I opened them and, they were delicious. That honestly, I'm so much more excited over getting into Jackie's pickles. I almost buckled and opened them last night.
There you go.
Because
wait, hold on. You know what? You know what I did?
What?
So we did that Monday. What's today? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Would these be done?
No, she said 4 days.
Okay.
I mean, you could. In theory, it's not going to ruin them, but they aren't.
2 are in. We're waiting for number 3.
Oh, good deal.
Jackie and Dwayne have now responded. Jackie says, I would love that. I want to explore this area more. Dwayne says, sounds like fun. I'm in. Now it's Jackie, Dwayne, Jenny, Ricky,
And us.
Mary.
Yeah. And so
Go
I
ahead,
thought
keep
this
going.
would be a great idea.
Wait, I wanna hear
anyway,
about the
so the
pickles.
pickles, yeah. So the other pickles were ready. And so we opened them and they were delicious. And so then I honestly, I almost ripped into my pickles from Jackie that we did here.
Can we
because
eat
they were
those
so good.
right
well,
now?
she said 4 days. She said 4
Why
days.
does it kind of take that way to kind of
Well, they need to
make it a...
settle and pickle. They need to.
Okay.
It takes time for them to pickle, and if they don't, I mean, you're not going to ruin them if you
Right.
open them, but it's not going to be as good as they would. So I'm trying to be patient.
Good if they would.
I keep saying we can get into them. She said by the weekend. So
I wanted to munch out on them. So if you want to try them on the air on Friday,
yeah, as
would
long
that
as,
be cool?
Yeah,
That's 4 days.
That would be.
If you're good with it.
I'm good with it. I love them.
Look at you. She's going, go get them right now, Federica.
Yeah,
I'll get them.
it makes my mouth water. Oh no, don't open them. But I can't wait, honestly.
I know.
And you know
Those
what? My
fresh
husband made
cloves
a
of garlic,
comment.
the
He
pepper,
said,
oh.
he said they look so good. He said, I don't think we'll buy pickles again because they were so easy. And I was telling him how
couldn't
easy it
believe
was.
And that's what I said to my wife and my 2 daughters. I said, oh my gosh, Jackie made it so easy that it's almost like fun. Like you could actually have fun doing it. I had a blast
I did
on the
too.
air with everybody.
I said it would be wonderful with the kids just because it is easy.
Yeah.
And keeps them engaged. And I do. I had a great time learning it and doing it. And it was so awesome of her to bring everything. It makes my mouth water thinking about it. I love pickles. So
Are you one of those kids that could like because Norma's the same way. My
I
wife.
could drink pickle juice. I love pickles.
Wow.
So
When you were pregnant, did you go nutso on pickles?
my whole life I've gone nuts
Norma
on pickles.
did,
There's
yeah.
never been a time in my life that I could eat pickles. I just try not to too much because the sodium is so high. But these homemade ones, what's amazing about these is there's not as much salt.
Are you
So,
ready for what
yeah.
she said is next? This I don't know about Rick Federici trying, and if she's real, she should call us. 219-861-1632 if you want
What?
to chime in. Okay, I'm going to say something to you, Mary Anthony.
Okay. I'm
And
afraid now.
I know, because I'm looking at this going, this can't be good. Vinegar pie is next.
Oh, yuck.
Thank you. That's what I was thinking.
Yuck.
But that's what I said. Is that for real?
Do you know what's funny? I don't like it. I love pickles, and of course, I know
Vinegar
vinegars
pie.
and a lot of stuff, but vinegar, I think it just reeks.
It smells when we do Easter eggs,
Yeah.
or we do
Oh, I
different
know.
things, or
Ugh.
someone cleans out an iron.
Yeah.
You literally have to let that bad boy permeate, get it out. You have to candles. Put
I
on your
know.
headsets.
Oh, good.
Are you
But
ready?
I've never heard of vinegar pie, so that's interesting.
You're on Younger Life. Who's this?
Hi, it's
Good
me.
morning. Good morning. So vinegar pie sounds really repulsive.
Vinegar pie is awesome.
What is it?
It's made from vinegar, vanilla, and some sugar. And when it cooks up, it tastes like lemon cream pie.
Really?
Really?
Yes. But I'm going to test it this week to see if I can do it with stevia instead of sugar. And then next week I'll bring some in for you. It's another old tradition.
Okay.
So I thought I'll bring this in, and this is something again with your family. The kids can do this. You can make your pie shell if you want, or just put just use one of the ones that are already refrigerated. Dump everything in a mixer, mix it, pour it in, and bake it, and you're done.
Can I tell you
Wow.
something? Your knowledge and your expertise in some of the stuff that you have made, it really has opened up a whole new door for me, because the pickles I thought were awesome. And I went home and raved about, they're like, you're a dork. I'm like, this is awesome. But
I can't
really
wait to get it
what I
done.
loved, and you said your children even loved it, our entire staff here, everybody had spoonfuls of that jelly
Oh yeah, that jam that you
or
made.
the jam. And it's like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I need to write down exactly how
I
you
know.
made that, because it was very good. Even my husband said,
Oh, wow.
okay, so how do you do that? And I said, I don't know, but she said it was easy.
Well, we can do another on-air lesson.
Yeah.
Oh.
We can do that in like the 15 minutes that it took for us to make the pickles.
I like
is
that
crazy.
idea.
That's fun. I love it.
And I can show you how to do it. And yes, vinegar pie. And now I'm bringing that one in just for you guys to try.
Okay.
Try
Really?
something new.
Yeah, try something new. I'll try anything new.
It's easy. Yeah, just 2 tri-bites. That's all you need.
That 2 tri-bites, that's my thing. I love it. It's funny, speaking of trying something new, that was Dwayne's challenge.
Yes.
He did try something new.
What did he try?
I can't wait. I don't want to spoil it, and he'll tell us all about it. But he tried the carrot dogs. And so and
you're kidding me.
We'll discuss that when he's here next, but I very much look
Who
forward
turned
to
us on to
hearing
that? Refresh me.
Steve and Lydia discussed
that's
that,
right.
and so we had talked about how weird that is.
Jackie and I
so-
talked about how weird that was, right, Jackie?
Yes.
Those
Yeah.
carrot dogs.
And so that's what it sounds like. So he did try that, and that was out of his comfort zone.
Okay.
I know he does not like hot dogs. He's
Just
certainly
in
is
general.
not vegan, but he likes meat, but he does not like hot dogs. And he said he's always been that way. So his challenge was to try something new and to actually step out of his comfort zone, and he certainly did. So I look forward to that.
You're
story.
smiling.
I look forward to the story.
Jackie, she knows something that we
I
don't
just
know.
look forward to the story. That's all.
Well, I know a little bit about it, so yeah, I can't wait to hear the whole
I look
story.
forward to that. So speaking of trying something new with this vinegar pie, there will be a story in there, and that'll be
And
nice.
you can also, you can try a pickle. You can take one out and try it. It's just not going to be as strong as it would be if you waited, but you're going to get the flavor of it.
Okay. Well, I was dying to try. I
Do you want to try one? I got some here.
I almost broke into him last night.
Okay,
sure. Get him. Let's try.
I'm going to do that.
Look
Okay,
how weak
I'm
we
gonna
are.
Go feed my kids.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much for
All right.
calling.
Have
We'll
a nice
talk to you soon.
holiday.
Thank you. You too. Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye. Oh, she's awesome. That is so funny. So I'm glad that she says she's in about this 14-day log kind of thing, the park. So let's try this pickle, and then I'm going to give you some recommendations from the...
Hey, is our
Actual
executive
hospital on
producer
this.
a pickle girl or no? You want to try? Come on in. Just leave it alone, man. We're here.
Come
We're
on,
good.
intern Jackie. Come
Okay, so
taste
I'm
one.
gonna now. Do I shake this? This is like, look at how beautiful this is.
It looks great.
I'm just
I
showing
would.
you. Look
I
at
would
that
a little.
bad
Just
boy.
kind of stir it
Come on in
up.
real quick. I just
Will
wanna
you
show
grab
you.
the paper towels when you on
Look
your
at,
way
I just
in,
want to.
so we don't.
I want to
drip?
show this thing. It's so beautiful. Look at that.
Yum.
Oh, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to my stuff here. Okay, so I'm going to open this up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Jackie. Hi. How are you, darling?
Good.
Which one are you going to sit at? Right here? Let's sit right here and hang out with us. All right, hang on 1 second here. We're going to open this bad boy on the air. Wow. Okay, I'm going to let ladies always first. Now, go ahead and do your thing. Okay.
I
Oh,
won't
that
taste it till you
smells.
all get one. Ooh, my mouth is watering.
Look at her. Okay. Now, I'm going to be very, very honest with you guys. I like pickles, but
I love pickles.
my wife is dying.
I'm a pickle
She
connoisseur,
yelled,
so
at me, she yelled at me again and told me, why aren't these at home? Should we try it?
yeah. You ready?
Ready? Wow.
Ooh, these are so good and very pickly.
Holy wow. I would never.
Oh man.
Holy cow. I'm
I
not
think
kidding
that-
you. I have never had a pickle this good.
Really? I'm a pickle connoisseur. I love pickles. So, but I can promise you that my jar won't last.
You like it? Mm-hmm.
Do you like pickles typically?
Yeah.
Do you eat them often?
Not really.
We eat pickles like it's for a snack. I mean, like we're weirdos. I'll put pickles, whether it's the baby dills or the pickle chips or spears,
I will.
on a
pickles
like a
good for you?
saucer. Okay, this is the issue with pickles. They're not bad for you, other than they're extremely high in sodium. The jar pickles that you buy, and the reason why, I mean, that's how they're made and preserved, because they're made to last a long time. What I loved about these is there's not the high sodium. They're very much low in sodium compared to normal pickles. So I always stop myself because I tend to retain water easily. And so if I eat a lot of pickles, it's funny, I notice my wedding ring is like super tight. You know what I mean? Because my fingers will then be a little swollen from too much sodium. So I always tell myself that it's not good. But these are comparatively so low in sodium that I think it would be just fine.
I
So
could eat those as a snack.
that's what we do.
Wow.
Like we put them on a saucer, and the kids, I put out little forks, and everybody just
Wow.
snacks
And
away.
Jackie says, and you all made them.
I
Wanna
love
know?
that. Thank you. I'll wait till we're off air. Actually,
Wanna
you
know?
need to take those
Oh, no,
home to
thanks.
taste. Did you make 2 jars?
I did.
Oh, good. Take one
can
home
eat
and
one
leave one
here.
here.
I'll do
That
that.
sounds perfect.
I am not kidding you guys.
Yeah,
I am
it's
being
delicious.
blunt. You saw that on camera. That I have never done like that. Thank you. And I will tell you,
Delicious.
it is. I love the edge, the bite.
I love that they're so crunchy, and you know, Jackie pointed that out when she was here. She said,
Thanks for being here.
you know, there's.
Hey, can you throw these back in the fridge?
They will be very crunchy and fresh because they're.
in the little fake kitchen over there in Younger Life Studios.
Thank
It's
you
about
so
this
much.
big.
Oh, it's delicious. So I love it.
What is the, so we put in there garlic, dill,
Garlic, dill,
the pepper,
the crushed pepper,
and what was the thing we threw in there?
kosher salt.
I am telling you, I am blown away by that.
And then
taste.
there's
It was
the
awesome.
brine. In the brine is
that's
salt
right.
and water, and that's and vinegar, salt, water, and vinegar. is
I
in
am
that. So-
telling you, Jackie hit it right on the head. That I would have no problem eating those as a snack. I can
I know.
see why you like that.
That's why we do that.
Is that what pickles for you taste like the ones we just ate? Because that's fresh to me.
Well, those are super fresh, and I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I like those. You know, I like I said, I like, as long as they're dill. I do not like sweet pickles, but otherwise, I'll try any pickle because
Wow.
I love them. And normal store bought pickles are good too. I like them, but these are so much fresher. I like that.
Wow.
That's so yummy, and I definitely
This is
think
my little gift tag. This is gonna say YLL. Yes, yum.
Yum.
Yum. YLL. Younger Life Live.
yeah.
I'll
love
leave.
that.
I'll leave the one jar here, but I'm bringing the other jar home.
I think you need to because I think all your ladies need to taste them too. They're so good.
Oh my gosh.
They're so good.
That was
So
heavenly. Thank you.
thank you again, Jackie. That was fantastic.
Someone just
So-
said, "Do we have a recipe for that up online?"
you know what? This is the deal. We aren't actually the one that posts anything on Younger Life Live
Okay.
as far as recipes. So
Thank you
maybe
for
on the
saying that.
Facebook page.
Okay.
I think maybe we could do that. I think that we need to because
could
I
have
think people
Stacy
would
or
love to try
Maddie or
these.
Brendan or Steve
well,
or someone.
even if we put it on WIMS Facebook.
Oh, yeah,
page.
yeah, I'll do that.
Just because I feel like people try this. It's very easy, and even if they don't try it, at least they know what we're talking about if they are curious. If
Well,
nothing
the
else, so.
picture that we took the other day of it on my personal Rick Federici page, I had a lot of people say yum, and then I people Facebook me say, how did you make it? I want to know.
Very.
That
very
to me
yummy.
was so easy, just as a guy.
It was.
From a guy's perspective.
We had them done in 15 minutes or less, and
I could actually
they
go
were
for another
delicious. I know. After the show, it was very, very good. So I think this would be a nice challenge for the little group of us to do this 14-day thing. So again, if you go to YoungerLife.org and click on the Get Moving, it's going to pull up this Get Fit prescription trails. Okay. So you can print off a little log. They call it a passport, which I think is cute. Passport to health. I think
I like
cute
it.
and clever. But it's a 14-day log, about getting some exercise. So again, this is another, just a way to kind of, you're only really competing with yourself, but just to know you did it and that you've done this, and then you can actually turn this back into your doctor or drop it off at LaPorte Hospital, and they periodically do drawings for prizes and stuff.
And one of the things you had said, you and your sister and the children went on a walk yesterday. It's been so beautiful in the whole Midwestern area, Chicago, Illinois, of course, and then, of course, Indiana and Michigan. We went out as a family on a walk yesterday, and it had to be mid-80s still at that point. This was dinner time. So let's say 6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. And it was so beautiful. The wind was gentle, not to be weird. Great conversation. And we just kept walking.
Yeah.
And like you said, I
It's
didn't
so
want to
easy.
stop.
That's it. It's so easy when it is so nice.
Yes,
and,
I agree.
And it's nice. Now, the hospital does recommend that as far as getting ready. And part of the reason, let me point out, too, that I'd like to still take our walk and have our talk with Kim Minnick, the nurse practitioner at Lure Park. The reason why we're shooting kind of for Lure Park is it's convenient for her and me as well. But they have a fabulous thing at their park. So they have trails, of course. It's dog friendly too. But they have paved walking trails. But along the way, there's a couple little different playgrounds. But there's also a workout station where they have some equipment, which is really cool.
Okay.
It's nothing super high tech, and there's you don't do anything. You just get on it if you want to for like leg lifts, and there's a cool little twisty machine. I'm assuming it's for the core. I don't know what it's actually called, but I'd love it. And it's funny. My kids always beg to get on it because it's just neat and it's cool and it's right in the middle. As you're walking, you could say, "Hey, let's stop." And there's the little park right there. So the little kids, you play. I'm going to do a few reps on these machines.
Oh,
and there's only a
and
few
be able
of them.
to watch them.
Yeah, and you can see them because you're right there. It's such a cool thing, and it's very important, again, that as a community, we support our parks and take care of our parks and understand why it's important to have these. And so the hospital does recommend, as far as getting set to get out, wear supportive shoes, make sure you bring water. It's a good idea to dress in layers. Sunscreen, sunglasses, hat, if nothing else. Yeah. Says bring, high protein snacks, bring fruits, bring vegetables if you're going to be out for a little while. Wear insect repellent. This is a good point. Our parks are in the woods, so you might need some insect repellent
Now,
if you're going to be out.
Like, I would be afraid. I'm just going to be honest as a guy. These days, I'm really afraid of ticks. These days, I'm afraid of bugs, like those kinds of bugs. Do a lot of the stuff that you're going to spray on, we don't have to mention any brands, but do they repel or do they?
They do. I'd say read the labels because the ones that we buy, I always make sure that it's that they include ticks in the list of repellent.
Or you put it on, it's going to keep, for the most part, those away from you.
I truly think, as far as ticks go, I'm kind of a tick freak.
Me too.
So what I do, no matter what we use, I do a tick check on the kids, like every day.
But how do you, I don't understand. Like when you said that, like when you do a tick check, can you tell what a tick is when you see it?
Oh, I know right what a tick is. And, ticks look they are different. They can be different sizes because there's different types of ticks. Yeah. But, really, if you're just checking yourself or one of the kids out, say we took a walk through the woods. Okay. And this is a while ago, and our school has a little nature trail in the woods. And so we typically don't go back there because of poison ivy. I mean, they try to keep it under control,
Yeah,
but
I
one of
get
my
it.
kids is super allergic, so we just
Stay
try
away.
to not go in there
Yeah.
when I know there's poison ivy. But this was like February-ish. We had a nice day, and before anything has really began growing, we went in there. But we came out, and one of my daughters had on a sweatshirt, and she's like, is that a tick? And sure enough, so I did just a quick scan, like through their hair real quick, just to make sure I don't see anything crawling on them, and over their clothes, and I had my dogs with too, so we checked my dogs too.
Were they
and
cool?
We had a total of 4 ticks on just
Really?
crawling. Now they're just crawling. It's literally been minutes. They weren't already trying
Embedded,
to get you. Yeah,
right.
they weren't doing anything. So I think that's just the best way to prevent them is just check it out. Now, if you're not in the woods, so you wouldn't, if we're just outside playing or we are at a park, I don't instantly do a tick check, so I would just check
Everybody
it out.
line up, tick check
It's
time,
funny, my
mama.
kids hate it because I also say, let me check
But
your
I'm
hair for
glad
ticks.
you know what they look
in the
like.
summer, I just look at, we look all the time because we are outside. Bugs are part of
Nature.
It's part of the seasons. We're going to
Agreed.
have them.
And especially
So-
in this neck of the woods.
yeah,
no pun
exactly.
intended.
And I realize that they can be out in the winter and stuff, but of course they're not as prominent, and we aren't outside as much. So now that it's nice, every day I just do a quick check, and the girls are big enough to they bathe themselves, so they do a quick tick check. It takes two. You just
Let me ask you this. What
Mm-hmm.
if you would find a tick, like, how do you
already like attached.
in it? Yeah.
I would call our doctor first.
Okay.
Now, our pediatrician's fabulous, so I feel like I bother him over lots of things.
Are you throwing salt on it or something crazy?
no, you know
Someone said
what?
a match or I don't know.
I know we've had the situation before where a tick would just be attaching. And, if you get them at their very
Hmm.
base and you turn counterclockwise to pull the tick out, you
Got
want
it.
to turn counterclockwise because they kind of like, for lack of a better phrasing, they kind of screw themselves down into this,
Yeah.
into your, so that's how they do it. And so,
So
if you
you
turn
go-
counterclockwise and then pull it out,
That's a
and,
killer piece of information right
that's
there.
what we've always been told and done. And then, but I've only had to call the doctor honestly once because one of my kids had one that was on the middle of her back and it had to be during the day. And by the evening it was stuck to her. And I just wanted to make sure, even though we did counterclockwise, pulled the tick out, and then I just washed it. She was getting in the bathtub, but she was a lot littler. And the doctor said, honestly, at that point, it's nothing to really be concerned about. You just watch it. Now, we've never had one be completely embedded in the skin.
And what if you have to go to the doctor for that?
I would certainly go to the doctor.
Oh, yeah.
I would absolutely just take him. I mean, if it were any of my kids, I would call and say, this isn't something I'm comfortable trying to remove because it's literally under the skin.
Absolutely.
At the point where it's just, its head was, starting to burrow. Like I said, so it's just, we just check it. It's no big deal. But I do know people that have had them literally under the skin, and I would say call your doctor no matter what at that
a
point,
great
and
point.
they'll guide you. But our pediatrician had said when it was just the head, and like I said, we were able to get it out. Just watch it. If a rash appears, it will be a rash, literally like a
Like a
circle.
ring?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's they say, like
I've seen
around
that.
where the tick is, or had been.
Okay.
If that happens, then you need to seek immediate medical attention just to make sure that it's not an infection or
Yeah,
something.
no, I'm
So
with you.
otherwise, we try not to worry about it too much. And you're right about being nervous about walking through the parks because it is in the woods. But
I'm
if
not being
you-
a wimp. I'm just like,
It's not being a
I
wimp.
never would have thought about that all my life up until
Yeah.
literally a few years ago. But with things that are out there these days, and I'm not
Well,
trying
and
to freak people out, but there's stuff.
when we talk about Lyme disease, let's say
Right.
that Lyme disease has always been there, but it's funny you don't think about it because it really wasn't that big of a deal for years and years. So I think don't stop doing those things just because you're nervous about it. Throw on the hat or whatever, that the more you're covered, the more, I guess the least your risk of getting that will be increased, I guess. So, I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I think
A listener viewer said, "Don't be a wimp about it. Just enjoy nature."
that's
and
it.
pull
Get
them
out there and just check. I mean,
I'm
you
with
just
ya.
check. We're
It's great information.
we always check our dogs. So
the dogs have to be a little bit more intense because you literally have
that's
to.
it. Their fur. You have
Yes.
to really look, and so that gets a little bit harder. But we try to do that often because our dogs are in the house and they are on our furniture. When we had big dogs, we always said no dogs on the furniture. But it's funny, when we got our very first dachshund, they're like our babies. They're on the furniture.
But
They
I mean,
s-
can a dog or can an animal jump up on your furniture, and can the tick go off of them and onto your furniture. And then,
Oh, it could if it wasn't.
Okay.
Now, not if it's already embedded already.
Right.
But I mean, if it was just
But if
on there
it's
for
just loose,
yeah. And you know what? I think maybe the embedded question would be a very good question for Dr. Baldwin, the vet. We have him tomorrow, so
oh my gosh, it'll be a
yeah,
great idea. That's
yeah.
a perfect.
We're kind of
segue.
talking about house poisons with him tomorrow.
I
is
think
what I
that's
want to focus
awesome
on.
idea.
I read an article. It really shocked me that if your dog gets into sugarless gum, that it can be deadly to a dog.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really interested to find out why, and why is it not deadly to people then? That's pretty scary if it's deadly to a dog. So he'll join us tomorrow, so we could ask him more about as far as ticks on the dogs and if we need to be concerned once they embed, if they could, or if your dog does get Lyme disease or something, is that contagious to their humans? We should ask that too. I don't believe it is, but
Well, there's
still
a couple
important
of
to find out.
questions, young lady, for you right
Yeah,
there. I like that.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. And but get out, check out our local parks, especially if you get on this Get Moving. It lists all of our parks. Now we have LaPorte City Parks. There's a whole list of them, but then we have 4 county parks. Lure Park again, and they give the addresses. And what I love is they also list the phone numbers, which is important because
that.
you could call and ask questions. If say you need something that's handicap accessible, you can call and ask, and I love that. Red Mill County Park, that's an absolutely beautiful
It's
park.
cool there,
It
yeah.
is. Creek Ridge County Park and Bloom County Park. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful parks. So
Can I throw this out there too? Because as we gear up for the Maple City Grand Prix, which is a boat race on a couple of our local lakes,
That's
but
pretty-
more specifically Stone Lake, I was out there yesterday.
Oh,
And I
really?
couldn't believe, Mary, I was with Mayor Milo.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the Parks Department, as we're setting up for this big race, where tens of thousands of people will be, there were so many people out there enjoying the park, enjoying the sand,
Yeah.
in their bikinis and bathing
Oh,
suits.
goodness. Although it was
children
pretty
and
hot
families
yesterday.
and people, bikes,
yeah.
motorcycles,
We
walking.
go there
Crazy.
occasionally to take the kids call it the beach park, so we go there occasionally. Especially my youngest son and my nephew, I take them there sometimes just for lunch, like after preschool
it's
pickup,
great.
whatever.
What a great
My
area.
sister and I, we'll go there, and they love it, and there's always a lot of people there. We went there probably 2 weeks ago, and you know what? It wasn't warm. It was kind of a yucky day, but
Yes.
it wasn't raining or anything. So they wanted to go there, and I said, why not? Who cares? There were so many. It was nice to see there were senior citizens sitting out feeding the geese and stuff,
Oh,
and
that's
just
so
watching
cool. I
them.
love that.
So it was neat to watch them watch the birds and it's just a nice day. It was kind of overcast, but it was just nice to see them still enjoying outside. So,
I love that area, Pine Lake as well, right across from here. So you're talking about parks in different areas. I love
Yeah.
that. Even when we went for our bike ride in that general area of Soldiers
absolutely.
Memorial.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful
Yeah.
neighborhoods. Just
Yeah,
great. It's like a postcard.
It is nice. And again, log those things if you are on your walk at a park or not. And, the scenery, it's nice. It makes you more motivated to want to keep going and just enjoy it. And again, before you know it, they point out in this flyer, before you know it of doing it, you're going to be looking for something a little more challenging. And that's nice. You know what I mean? When you get to that point, you've done it enough that you say, okay, I'm ready for something a little harder. So, it's contagious. That excitement and that exercising. It feels good. Your body wants to do it. So.
I'm getting ready for a little bag action this weekend.
Oh, are you?
Bags are going to be. Now, I like doing that too.
Oh, it's fun.
Bags for everybody in the family, but you could actually add a lot of, something to as we're talking about exercising because you could throw a little bit of running around. You could have the kids running to get the
that's
bags.
typically what we're doing. It's just running and we
Constantly.
have vicious competitions with bags. We love to play that where it's my husband and I against my sister and my brother-in-law and then against my parents. So the
Can I
first
ask you
two
a
teams
question?
go, yeah.
Do you do it during the day and at night?
Yeah, we've done it both.
Now, you know what you do? You get those pseudo $9 lights and you put them in. It's pitch dark outside. You put them in the hole where it's pitch dark, no lights
That's
on
a
the
great
outside.
idea.
Oh, it's awesome.
That's awesome.
And
We've
you have a
never
little bit
done
of fun going with that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you. So you throw it in and you're going for the light.
Do you know what's funny? A couple
Seriously,
years
it's
ago,
really cool.
we rented a cabin, and it was an enormous cabin. There's 16 of us all together.
Wow.
When it's my sister's family, my
Sure.
family, my parents, there's 16 of us, and this cabin was large, and we were trying to play bags outside, but the bugs. Now we're talking dead middle of summer. It was
Right.
in the middle of the woods, and the bugs were bad. And the kids, so once we got all the kids bathed in all the sunblock and all the bug screen off of them, we didn't want to do it again.
I agree.
So we said, let's just stay in the cabin. And this cabin was so large, we brought the bags in.
Yeah.
And still played inside.
You're
It was
cool.
awesome.
You're a cool mom.
It was
That's
awesome.
fun. That's a
so
great
we always
idea.
set a little setup for the kids, and then us adults play too. So
I like.
it's a lot of fun. It's amazing how good the kids really are at it too.
Mm-hmm.
That once they get to playing, and
You know what you could do too while the parents are doing and the adults are playing bags. And even though I think it's great for the kids for aim and for focus,
Yeah.
they could go back and forth and do races.
Yeah.
But use the bag things. 'Cause
Oh,
that's what we
yeah.
used to do with some of the little kids.
yeah, that's why we set their own up. Then if they want to run and jump off of them, whatever, it's not.
Do you
they're
guys
not
ever
ruining
play
our
the
game.
game? What's the one where, is it croquet or the one where you do the balls?
Bocce ball.
Is it-
Well, there is croquet.
Croquet where you
and
use
then
the
bocce
sticks?
ball, you throw a ball, and
Yeah.
the other balls to try to inch them closer.
Gosh, I remember going to Grateful Dead shows and some of the shows there where people would do hacky sack or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, I remember when the hacky sacks were all over the
They were
place.
everywhere.
anyways.
You go to
It's
all
funny.
the concerts and
And I
love
guess
concerts.
whatever you like, and whatever gets
That
you,
really
whatever
dates me. I
gets
just
you
said the
moving.
Grateful Dead.
Hacky sacks by themselves, that's funny enough. But I mean, really, whatever gets you moving. So
I agree.
I love this Get Fit. Please check it out, YoungerLife.org. I really liked it. We're really looking forward to our to taking a walk with Kim Minnick and learning more about. I'm interested to see, because they participated last year. I'm interested to see how it works from someone that's already done it. You know,
Awesome.
so
Sure.
I think it's awesome. And again, so go online, check out your little log on there, and
Throw that up on
you
the
know.
camera. Jackie, if you could throw a
Can you
clear
see
shot
this?
of this one. There you go. She's perfectly right up on it right
and
there.
you log in down here.
That's nice. I like that.
It's your little, passport
It's your little
to health.
passport to health.
Passport to health.
everybody.
I love it. It's a 14-day thing, and I think it would be great for our little group when we check in bi-weekly.
Have you noticed since we started this show about 6 months ago that we've got abbreviations for everything? It's now YLL for Younger Life.
Yeah.
PTL, Passport to Health. PTH.
PTH. There you go. I love it. So
All right. So some of the
it'll be
questions,
good.
I would love to hone in. We've got a minute or so left here. Tomorrow with Dr. Baldwin, you were talking about
Yes.
animals with the summer months and with, all the stuff that's going
Mm-hmm.
on. I'm really excited because a lot of us that love our animals.
Yeah, they're
and
part
stuff,
of our
this is gonna be
family.
great.
So yeah, if anybody does have questions that they would
Please.
like us to ask him, please send them in, email, text, or call tomorrow when he's
Yeah.
here. He's going to join us about 9:15 and stay till 10. So
I
it'll
think that'll be
nice.
absolutely awesome.
He's great. He was here before and did really good. So.
Special show coming up on Memorial Day. We're not going to tell you about it yet. And we've got that for you. And I'm really excited. And I'm glad that Jackie and Dwayne jumped in on saying that they would, work and hang with us on some of these new challenges.
Yeah, I
we've
think
got
this
out
would be
there.
a good one. Just, again, kind of keep our something new and different. We'll try it out.
Love your chat about pickles. I made the pickles with you guys. This is Mary listening on Pine Lake and LaPorte.
Oh, great.
Love you guys. I ate one with you.
Oh, yum. Right. I hope
There
you
you
enjoyed it
go.
as much as we did.
I love that. And I think when we're done with the show, we all get to partake in some more pickles.
Sounds good.
I love the taste of that. And
They're delicious.
I think I'm going to try and play around with some other things. I had a really awesome Thai chicken salad yesterday, post lunch, but pre-dinner, because I kind of spaced my stuff out yesterday. I was doing a lot of water the last few days. I don't know about yourself.
Well, it's
but man,
I'm trying to just increase my water intake. I drink a
I
lot of
agree.
water anyways, but I'm trying to make sure I drink even more. So I feel like some days I'm a little waterlogged, but it's good. It's better. You need to.
Well, I've noticed too that people said this to me, and especially my girls, my daughters, said that water fills you up. So like
Yeah.
sometimes when I'm hungry in between appointments and I'm between, again, like yesterday, lunch, dinner, and I don't really
Yeah.
want to screw with anything.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to eat anything that'll get me full.
yeah.
And then I get home, my wife goes, "Did you just eat something?" And I'm like, "Ugh." And then you eat something and you're like, "Am I going to be hungry at the end of the day?"
Yeah.
know?
Oh, I know.
So.
Yeah, it's important. And I've been watching a lot of these food documentaries, and they can't stress enough how important the water intake is. So.
All right.
definitely.
So soon you and I will dissect some of those documentaries. We'll
Yeah,
get all
I mean,
that information.
I try to watch them every now and then, and I hate to promote anything, but they're very good.
She's turned into a geek. No, I'm just kidding. I love her.
I've always been a geek. Just
Well, on behalf
Anyways.
of us all at Younger Life, thank you so much to Jackie, our executive producer today. I'm Rick Federici.
I'm Mary Anthony. Get fit.
Yes.